Are you struggling to focus on your studies? Don't worry, you are definitely not alone. So, in this explainer, we're going to build a toolkit to help you fix your focus for good. We're going to break down all the biggest mistakes that kill your concentration and give you the exact strategies to fight back and win. So, let's be honest. Does this scene feel a little too familiar? You sit down, you're ready to study, you've got all the best intentions, and then, boom. 5 minutes later, the phone is in your hand and you're just lost in that endless scroll. It's such a frustrating cycle, right? Well, today we're going to break it. But here's something that is absolutely crucial to understand. This is not a personal feeling. Seriously, you are not lazy and you're not unmotivated. You're just trying to focus in a world that has been expertly designed to shatter your attention. The problem isn't you, it's the world we live in. And today, we're going to learn how to fight back.
Okay, so let's get into the why. Why does a textbook feel so dull compared to your phone? Well, it's because our brains have literally been rewired. Every notification, every short video, every little ping, it all trains our brain to crave this constant drip of easy, instant gratification. Deep study just can't compete with that, unless, of course, we change the rules of the game.
And this slide, well, it pretty much lays out the two worlds we're all living in. On one side, you've got constant distraction. That's our brains just chasing quick dopamine hits, multitasking, and getting really shallow results. And on the other side, deep focus. That's where the real, meaningful progress actually happens. Our entire goal here is to pull you out of that left column and plant you firmly in the right one. So how do we do that? How do we make this shift? Well, the biggest mistake people make is thinking that focus is purely a mental battle. It's not. The fight for your attention is actually won or lost before you even sit down to study. It all starts with controlling your environment. Here are 3 incredibly simple but super powerful fixes. First, don't just silence your phone. Put it in another room. I mean it. Second, try using a focus app or your phone's built-in focus mode to block digital distractions. And finally, clear your desk. Every single object in your line of sight is a tiny little distraction for your brain. By clearing them all away, you remove 1,000 tiny temptations. And this quote just nails it. It's the core principle, right? If you can't see the distraction, you are far, far less likely to even think about it. It really is that simple. Make your phone, your video games, or whatever your biggest distraction is. Make it physically invisible while you work. All right, so once your environment is locked down, the next huge step is to manage your time effectively. A massive mistake students make is thinking they need to pull off these heroic 5-hour nonstop study sessions. Let's be real, that's not realistic, and it usually just leads to burnout before you even really start. The fix is a game changer called the Pomodoro technique. It's so simple. You just focus, like really focus, for 25 minutes. No distractions. Then you take a 5-minute break to do whatever you want. After 4 of those cycles, you've locked almost 2 hours of focused work and you've earned yourself a longer, totally guilt-free break. Now, the reason this works so well is all about psychology. The idea of studying all day is just huge and overwhelming. But anyone can focus for 25 minutes, right? It gives your brain a really clear, achievable target, which makes it so much easier to just get started and stay on track. Okay, so we fixed our space, we fixed our schedule. Now it's time to fix what's actually happening inside our heads. These are the mental habits that can totally sabotage our focus before we even realize what's happening. This might be the biggest mental hurdle of them all. You look at a huge assignment or a really thick textbook chapter, and your brain just shuts down. The task feels so big that you don't even know where to begin. So what do? You procrastinate by doing something easy, like, you guessed it, scrolling on your phone. So what's the fix? It's called the 10-minute rule. Don't commit to finishing the entire task, just commit to starting it for 10 minutes. That's it. Anyone can do pretty much anything for just 10 minutes. And you know what you'll find? Like 9 times out of 10, once those 10 minutes are up, you'll just keep going. See, getting started is always the hardest part. Once you overcome that initial resistance, momentum becomes your absolute best friend, and it will carry you forward. Okay, on to the next bad brain habit we need to break. So many students think they're good at multitasking, but the science on this is crystal clear. Trying to do a bunch of things at once isn't a sign of being efficient, it's a recipe for being slow and making mistakes. I mean, this slide really says it all. When you're studying, but you've also got your phone buzzing and music playing, you're not actually doing any of those things well. Your brain is just rapidly switching between tasks, which completely kills your ability to get into that state of deep work you need for real learning. The path to productivity is one task at a time. Period.
So how do you make your brain want to focus? Simple. You bribe it. I'm serious. This is all about building a simple habit loop. After you complete a focused study session, you give yourself an immediate, guilt-free reward. Your brain will really quickly learn that focus leads to pleasure, and that makes it so much easier to start next time.
We've covered your environment, your time, and your brain habits. But all of these things are powered by one final and honestly most crucial mindset shift. This is the big idea that separates students who succeed from those who just keep struggling. This right here is probably the most important takeaway of all. See, motivation is a feeling. It's fickle, it's unreliable. If you wait until you feel like studying, you're barely going to get anything done. But discipline is a system. It's an action. It's building the habit of doing what's important, no matter how you feel. And that's the ultimate secret. It's not about some heroic 10-hour study session that's fueled by a sudden burst of motivation. Nope. It's about the small, consistent, disciplined act of focusing every single day. That's what compounds over time to create absolutely incredible results. So let's make this real, right now. Don't try to fix everything all at once. Just pick one thing from this whole explainer. Just one. Are you going to put your phone in another room for the next hour? Are you going to try one 25-minute focus session? What is the single distraction that you are going to conquer starting right now?